All right, good day, everybody. This is January 16th. It is 8:30 a.m. here in the Pacific Northwest. I don't know what time it is where you're at, but I hope you are having an amazing, amazing morning. I haven't been on here for a few days just because we've been having a major snowstorm go through, and it has been a very difficult. Good morning, Darlene, superstar. It's been a difficult week. School's been called off one day, and it just seems to keep coming. It's finally looks like it's a little bit less. Doesn't look like it's snowing right now. And the temperature is supposed to be 37, 38 degrees today, so things will start melting, which then makes it a mushy mess during the day, and at night it drops down to the 20s and freezes, and it becomes kind of a disaster. But that's what it is. So my name is Ron Deering. I'm coming to you from my home office in Coeur d'Alene, North Idaho, and I am so glad that you are here this morning. And I want to talk to you about 3 growth questions you should be asking yourself every single day. I know when I get up, my passion in life is to learn something new every day, learn something new about myself, about building me, about personal growth, personal development, skill set, technology, whatever. Learn something every single day of my life. I remember my father, when I was growing up, used to say, and they called me Ronnie. Don't call me Ronnie. The day you stop learning, there's just no sense in being around anymore. And he passed away in his 90s at 93, actually sitting in his easy chair watching the Tigers. I'm from Michigan. The Tigers beat the Yankees in a baseball game, and my sister found him the next day. The TV was still on. He was still in his easy chair, and what a way to go, right? But I remember, and he was 93. I remember in his 90s, in his late 80s, learning how to program, learning how to, do things on the computer. He was always learning something new, right? Always. And that's what kept him going. He lived, I think, 6 years after my mother passed away. And we were all concerned because they'd been together for 66, 67 years. I was the only girl he really ever dated, and married her. And so, good morning, John. But he kept his mind going. He kept his mind going, even though his health was going down at the end there. I mean, he was still getting around and taking care of himself, living by himself. And of course, the kids were coming over. I live on the other side of the country, so I didn't get to see him as much. But you always want to learn something. So here are the 3 growth questions that you want to ask yourself, okay? So I don't get diverted and squirreled. The 3 growth questions you want to ask yourself every single day, right? First one is, what do you know today that you didn't know yesterday? Okay, what do I know today that I didn't know yesterday? Well, for me, the day is early, but I already figured out some things today that I didn't know yesterday. I picked up my devotional or daily book here that was given to me by my upline, Aaron Parker, and by Zig Ziglar, and it's a Christian devotional going through the Bible and so forth. And I learned something new. I learned always learning something new. So what do you know today that you didn't know yesterday? That's your first growth question you should be asking yourself. The next one is, what did you let go today that you held on to yesterday? What was it that was just, for me, this is the month of, a little bit, hey, Helen, a little bit more of a challenge in our business. Everybody's working hard, we're going, but our volume's a little bit lower than normal. And so I had to let go of that yesterday. And here's what I will tell you. I let go of it yesterday. I said, first off, it's in God's will. It's in God's hands. I'm going to work as hard as I'm going to put my part in. I'm going to do what I can do. I'm going to work as hard as I can. And then all of a sudden, the volume went up by 2,000 yesterday, and it's starting to change and go. What it ends up as, it'll end up at. But I have to let go of that. I have to let go of the worry. I love Carlos Martinez. He's always saying, the stress of not worrying is causing me more stress, or something like that. The stress of not worrying is causing me a lot of stress right now. So. You've got to figure out what it is that you let go today that you held on to yesterday. Okay, so what did you learn today that you didn't know yesterday? Right? What do you know today? What did you let go today that you held on to yesterday? The third one is, what am I changing today that I did yesterday? So what did I do yesterday that I can tweak and change and make better today, or get rid of, change into not doing it? Hey, Mark, good to see you. So These are the three questions you need to ask. Now, the reason this is so very important, the reason that I wanted to talk about this today is because so many people, there are two things that you can do with personal growth. There are three things you can do with personal growth, right? First off, the best thing you can do is be a part of, have a time set aside every single day of your life, whether it's 15 minutes, 30 minutes, hour, 2 hours, whatever it is, whatever you need or want, and go through some personal development or some personal growth, meaning that you're going to be, watching a video, reading a book, listening to an audio, doing something that is going to make a better you on your journey of your vision, of your passion, of your goals, of your dreams, right? On this journey that you're on, you start here, but for you to get over here at the end of that journey, the completion of that journey, the completion of that task, you have got to grow along the way, right? We're born as babies. If we don't grow, we ain't going anywhere, right? First, we got to learn how to sit up. Then we got to learn how to crawl. Then we got to learn how to walk. Then we learn how to run, right? And as we get running, we start learning other physical. We remember the first time that you rode a bike. Remember the first time that you rode a bike without the training wheels. Oh, and I used to love that, Mark. I used to have a huge commute. When I lived back in the Washington, D.C. area, it was 75 miles one way. And back then, we didn't have these phones or anything like that. But I did have a cassette player, and I was always listening to something. Always listening to something on that sometimes 3 and 4 hour commute into Washington, D.C. If you've been around Washington, D.C., you know what a mess it is. It's like any other big city, L.A., New York, all of them. Right? I lived 75 miles outside of it and 10 acres up in the mountains, but I had to get into DC. When I was in town, I had to get into DC every single day. So you need to be, so that's the first thing. The first thing with personal development is you can be spending that time every single day, right? The second person is the person that I don't need personal development. People don't like me the way I am. That's just too bad. This is who I am. This is what I do. If they don't like that, then, too bad, right? You don't want to be that person, right? Because the bottom line is, I have a lot of people, not a lot, but I have a handful of people in our lives that say that to me. Well, people don't like the way I am. They can just, shove it, kind of a thing. And my response to that is, yeah, we will. It's going to be lonely for you, though, because there's no requirement for us to put up with it. Right? If you're going to be mean and you're going to be, big word for the day, narcissistic and all about yourself and everything, then most people don't want to be around that. So they leave. They do exactly what you say. They take a hike. They go away from you. They find people that aren't like that. Now, who is the worse off in that situation? The person leaving to go be around, positive, upbeat people, or the person sitting there by themselves because everybody's left? Oh, darling, you were born in Washington, D.C. I was born in Detroit, so another big city, but we moved out about 60 miles northwest of Detroit and bought a farm. So I'm a country boy, but spent a lot of time in D.C., So that's the second person. First person is the person that is concerned, is on a mission to become a better person, on a mission to make sure that they do personal development, on a mission to become better in their skill sets, on a mission to just get from A to B, right, on that journey and grow as they go, knowing that they can't get there, right? If your goal is way up here and you're way down here, you ain't going to make it unless you start growing, unless you start getting better, right? And then the third one is the one that uses personal development as procrastination. Well, I was reading a good book today, so I didn't do anything that I should have. Or, I was listening to a course I bought. I've got to get through this course. They're buying course after course after course and go through. And sometimes they don't even go through them all, but they've got them there and they're trying, but they never get any work done. They never get any profit-producing activities done. They never start building. They never start, taking their business to the next level. They never put into practice the things that they're spending all their time learning, right? So personal growth is only as good as the action you take when you learn it, right? So if I listen to an audiobook, or I watch a video, or if I just read a regular book and I don't put any of it into play, any of it into action, any of it into my life, right? Hey, Aaron Barker, oh, it's so true, right? How many of us are out there buying course after shiny object after shiny object, and we go through these things, and sometimes a lot of times we don't even go through them, and at the end of the day we take no action whatsoever. And I can't. I am not preaching to. I'm preaching to the choir here because I was a part of the choir. I can't tell you how many times I've done that. Where I used to be a part of an organization. I love them dearly and everything else, but I bought every course from every leader in that organization. Traction marketing and everything. From. In fact, I believe I've got Aaron's course on. I forget what it was, Periscope or one of those, right? And I went through all these things, but it got so much that ended up becoming, it was like an addiction. I ended up becoming a perpetual student and never going out into the world and putting into action what I was learning, which makes it nothing, right? Hey, Bob, good morning. Laura, good morning. Good to see you. Carlos, good morning, my friend. Some amazing leaders on here today. So if you are growing every day, growing is a two-phase process, right? Growing is a two-phase process. The first phase is learning, and the second phase is putting it into action. Learning, action, LA, not Los Angeles, learning, action. If you're just learning, then it doesn't do you a whole lot of good. If you're just taking action on the same old stuff and not learning anything, not as effective either. But if you're learning and then taking action, wow, perfect storm. The perfect combination. LA, learn, action. So here's my call to action. Here's my desire for all of you, and me including, is that we will every single day ask these 3 growth questions to see where we're at. What do we know today that we didn't know yesterday? What did you let go today that you held on to yesterday? And what am I changing today that I did yesterday? How am I getting 1% better? Kaizen, right? Japanese word, Kaizen. Get 1% better every single day. Can you imagine where you and your business would be if you just did that? Now I'm going to use our ranks because I don't know everybody else's ranks, and the ranks don't matter, whatever the ranks are. But our ranks go 5K, 10K, 25K, 50K, 100K, 250K, 500K, and then super affiliate. And then we have one master affiliate, right? But just think in your business, you got involved in our business, and we've got an amazing comp plan and all of that. It's just a phenomenal company. Number 1 fastest growing company, 2nd year in a row. So we're excited. We're in the company. We're ready to knock it dead. And we're on a slow path. We're like the tortoise and the hare, but we're on the path. We're on the journey. We have made the commitment. We are being consistent. We're moving a little bit slower than some of these people that, jump to the rooftops and they're first day in the business, they get 5K affiliate, or their first month in the business, they zip to 25K. A lot of times you don't see those people ever again, right? A couple of months and they go away. But you are the sure and steady. Slow, maybe, slower than some, faster than others, but you are in the game every single. Just think about what would happen, okay? Your first year, every single year, you grew enough, you Kaizen, you grew enough every single year to rank up one rank. So the first year you make 5K affiliate. Next year, and it's always before the convention, right? So you get recognized. Next year, boom, 10K affiliate. You walk the stage as a 10K affiliate. Next year, we're on year 3, 25K affiliate. You're now, making really good income. Mid 4 figures, right? Slow and steady wins the race. Exactly. So now we're on year 3, you're at 25K. Year 4 comes around, you walk the stage, you're at 50K. I can tell you, I'm a 50K affiliate. You make really good money, okay? Year 5, boom, you walk the stage, you're now at 100K affiliate. 100K affiliate is basically a 6-figure income. Income disclosures all over the place, right? Next year, number 6, you're at 250K. Now you're making sick money. Next year, boom, one more rank, 500K. and a year to that, super affiliate. Now we've got people in the company that are 250Ks, 500Ks, and super affiliates that are making 7 figures a year, that have made 7 figures in our company. If it took you 5, 6 years to get to that place, would it be worth it for you to commit to doing what you need to do, what you need to grow, how you need to grow, how much you need to grow every year so that you can rank advance 1 rank every single year? Now, I would suggest if you could do 2 a year, you'd be in a better place, right? 3 a year would be phenomenal. But some people work their butts off and they get 1 rank a year. And guess what? 5, 6 years down the road, everybody's going, wow, how'd you do it, man? That is awesome. How'd you get to that? And the story is I stayed consistent, I stayed committed, and every day I asked myself these 3 growth questions to make sure I was growing. Not only growing in who I am as a person, but growing in my skill set, in my mindset, growing in the things I need to become a better Ron Deering. Now, some of you have watched my journey over the years. I've been doing network marketing on and off for 40 years, but in between all of that, I had a career making really good high 6 figures, right? Had a good career, mid 6 figures. But I didn't, I drove a Porsche, my wife drove a Cadillac, we lived in a 4,000 square foot home. It was, but all of a sudden, overnight, who knew? Overnight, that all went away. And we lost the house, lost our cars, like a country western song. We had to figure out what we were going to do. So I started being self-employed, and all of a sudden network marketing became a higher priority in my life. And I had some great success, went back and made 6 figures, and the company got sued and everybody left. And all of these things along the way until May of 2018. May of 2018, a gentleman that you saw on here earlier, Mr. Aaron Parker, I don't know if he's still here or not, asked me to join a webinar, and I believe the webinar was with him and Robert Hollisan at the time, and they talked about this company, and I thought, okay. Now, understand, just before that, a year, less than a year or so before that, actually about a year before that, I had to have quadruple bypass open heart surgery. Total surprise. Had my shoulder done 6 months before. They said my heart was fine. Had physical. Everything was fine. Couldn't believe how good everything was at my age and so forth, whatever that means, right? And then all of a sudden in May, actually I had the surgery in June, but at the end of May, I found out that 2017 that I needed to, actually it was in June, first week of June, I found out that they thought I had 3 blocked arteries. Turned out I had 5. They could only fix 4. 3 months after that, 2 of the grafts they put in for the 4 collapsed and failed, and they had to put in 4 stents, 3 or 4 stents, depending on who you ask. I don't know what it is, but right. And that time, the first time I didn't have a heart attack. The second time I had a mild heart attack, no damage, anything like that. So it was September of 2017. In May of 2018, Aaron Parker reaches out to me, shows me this thing, and I went and took the free tour. An hour later, I said, "Man, this is it. This is what I got to do. This is it." Now I had my family and everybody saying, "Dad, you got to take it easy. You just had open heart surgery. That failed. You've got to let your body heal. You got to just relax for a bit. You're retired." Da, da, da. And it's just, and I'm glad I didn't. We've got a huge team now of over 3,000 people. There are people that are making money that have never made money before. I'm a different person than I was when I started this in May of 2018. Every single day, I'm working on getting better and gooder and gooder. And it makes the difference. So here's what I want you to do. I want you every day to ask these 3 questions. That's the first thing I want you to do. And then the second thing I want you to do is whatever business. If you're looking for a business, please reach out to me. I can give you a link. It's called 5figuremonths.com. Go there, check it out. I'm going to take you through a little application, and boom, we'll see how it looks, right? But hey, Connie, Corey, good to see you. Rhonda, I want you to make a commitment to you, your business, your team, your people, your family, that you're going to rank advance 1 rank every year. As a minimum, you're going to rank advance 1 rank every single year. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Whatever you have to do, you've got to get better, right? I had to be someone different at 5K than I am at 50K. And as I'm going to be at 100K. And you have to grow. You have to become a better leader. You got to get under John Maxwell. Start checking this stuff out. Learn leadership. You've got to be, that's part of personal development, right? One of the biggest parts is leadership, becoming a good leader. A good leader develops great leaders, good leaders. A great leader develops great leaders. A phenomenal, incredible leader develops phenomenal, incredible leaders, right? Those two things. Bob, you could do that. Absolutely. Bob is a superstar. He could do that. Who else can do it? Who else is going to commit to over the next year? Now, our convention's in August. That means you've got between now and August to rank up this year. Now in August to rank up this year. I've got between now and August to rank up. Last year at the convention, I was 50K. This year, I need to be 100K or more. So I'm not walking a stage. All right, everybody. I hope this has helped. Share this, please. Share this out. Comment. Give me some hearts or dislikes or angries or happies or, oh my goodnesses, whatever. I want you to understand. And I messed this all up here. I should have this thing on. I want you to understand that if you stay the course, network marketing, I believe, is the best option you have as that individual that may not have all the education, may not have all the opportunities that, somebody else has, to take something for very little startup costs and make it into a phenomenal legacy. But you've got to do the work. You've got to commit to the growth. You've got to commit to becoming better. And you've got to make a goal that says, I'm going to do this. Now, I'm giving you your goal, 1 rank a year before your convention. This year for us, if you're on my team, it's August. So if you walk the stages at 10K, you need to get to 25K. If you walk the stages at 5K, you need to get to at least 10K. So God bless you all. I am so happy and honored and blessed to be on this journey with most of you. It has been phenomenal so far, and I can't wait to see where it's going to go. I'm 67 years old. Will be 68 this. I can't, I want to celebrate bigger than I've ever celebrated in my life when I turn 70, because I know when I get to be 70, I'm going to be at least a 500 or a super affiliate, making really good money and helping. That means I've helped a lot of people and will continue to be able to help a lot of people, not only in their own business and their own lives, but financially, our kids, family, people that need help. We're going to be able to impact so many lives. So God bless you all. I will see you on the next one.